Alright, I'm back. Any place. The bottom layer, or rather the other 2 points, I say bottom based on a particular perspective. One can twist it to do other odd things, but my perspective is that of the huntsman or warrior, so I am polarized accordingly. Not so much as the observer, but more so as the actor. As in, this Dylan, this thing has its own interests beyond the pure essence of the consciousness that is driving it. It's more like its own influences. I find that it has more to do with just letting yourself drive, letting your brain do the thinking for you, more or less. Anyway, on the bottom left or right, doesn't matter really, depends which side you're on, we see the sun. I mean this as the child. It is the combining of the 2 forces. And based on its frequency, its different forms and polarities, it will be male or female or some other little pattern. Anyway, the poles. You know what? No, that's off track. The 4th one is the death part. It's interesting that I see the trip as this, because I think back to something that the what are they called? That the Brujos talk about. They talk about the 4 enemies. They are fear, power, clarity, and death. I consider them as relatively simple means now that I've thought about them enough, but fear's this obstacle, it's pretty much only there for you to knock it down. Power is an enemy because you can get lost in it. Bubbles can pop. They need to be gently squeezed the right way. Throwing a grapefruit at somebody's head is far more alarming than squeezing juice out of it. Furthermore, so is it than actually bothering to eat it. By the way, I despise grapefruits. Point is, power can destroy you if you let it go. It's like fire. You dance with it, you keep it in check, but you respect it. You understand its place, you do not accept it. Unless you're ready to accept death, of course, which nobody is. Not really. Clarity. Clarity is an enemy because it's never done, is it? The dance continues. Okay, so basically, with these 4 points, we see all 4 options at any given point in time. But this is only in the academic part. This is when you'd be making like a magic circle or something. In the motion of it, where the energy goes, think of it in 3 dimensions, where it is the male and the female combining, cresting, and dancing, and bam, orgasming and creating the new life. Leaving behind it the 4th option. This is where the shape is made. You can see how the dance continues with this new lead point. It would be either male or female, and it would go into whatever dance is currently happening around it. And when music's good, when it crests just right, when the bass drops all over the floor, that is the male and female energies combining. It is them climaxing. Every minor victory is this. There is an act of entering and an act of accepting. Even so much as bending down to pick up an object from your coffee table. This action is employed. Now, I want to now bring it back a little bit to the mixing of these energies. They mix in different patterns, different gradients, and yet all constantly retaining the truth of their source. Fractal-like, indeed, are all of these energies, and if you look around, that is what life is. So, I posit that life existence is like a song. It sings. And we make this music with every little action. Just because our ears cannot hear every note does not mean it is not there. In fact, this is perfect. For the notes that we can hear are ours alone to hear, and we must enjoy them, appreciate them, love them. For every moment is unique. Now is the envy of all the dead. And the energy is discontinuous, and the flow is just not enough. It becomes cold and it dies. A proper death is a good dancing, a good killing. And this is where the philosophy gets a little interesting. I will make another video about it.